Hey everyone, it is me, Mike T, Legacy Gamer here, and today, or whatever time you're watching this video, I am going to be reading a few excerpts from the also wonderful Reddit subreddit of Dear Reddit Today. So I'm going to get ready to start it. As you can see, I am now getting used to doing eye contact. It is not easy for me to use eye contact, especially with looking at a freaking webcam that's like so small. So let's get started. Let's dive right on into it, and then I'm going to do maybe 2 or 3. Let's see how it goes. So the first one I see is, today I effed up by thinking I killed my girlfriend this week. I'm actually kind of entitled. So how can you kill with weed? Unless you like do some really weird stuff, like lacing it or. Okay, so this thread is marked as medium with 2,001 to 4,000 characters. I am not really the character count. But that being said, let's get ready and let's go. In true TIFU fashion, this happened last year. Now, before I go deeper into this, I have noticed a lot of TIFU posts. They're like old, like, well, not old as in like old, they're like 5-year-old posts. I mean, it's like the stories are like 5 years old, so it's like, so what's the purpose of today I effed up? We effed up 5 years ago. Then again, memories and reminiscing of the things. I don't know. Anyway, let's dive into it. A little background first. I met this girl June last year, and a month later we were officially together. Oh, so sweet. Things were fantastic and we bonded so well. Over the months preceding the incident, I gathered that she had relatively little experience when it came to drugs. Now, before I keep going, kids, do not do drugs. Do not do the drugs. I myself am not big into the drug scene, but at the time I did try pot every now and again, and what they call soft drugs. We had shared a joint or two in the past. You need to go. I'm about to start ranting, and I haven't got deep. I haven't got deep into the story yet. I'm on a rant. But at the time, I did try pot every time and again. We had should have done it in the past, and I decided that we should celebrate the end of high school by smoking a blunt at her house. Don't do that. We had a lunch capacity. Okay. Now, my brightest idea, as my mother was not a fan of any drugs. So on that fateful day, I acquired a bong and a pretty strong strain of ganja. Her mother was a really heavy sleeper, so we waited until she fell asleep on the sofa and then went out the back garden. We lit up, I took 2 hits and she took the same. Things seemed okay and we both began to feel the effects after about 5 minutes. Then she stood up, freaked out about getting caught, stood still, told me she couldn't see, and effing dropped. I thought she had died then, and training kicked in. And there. Jesus, I'm like everywhere right now. I thought she had died then and there. Thankfully, I caught her in time, and even while stoned, my first aid training kicked in. When I laid her down on the ground, her eyes were open and she was unresponsive. Literally looked to death. Thankfully, she came about quite quickly. It didn't end there. She started to freak the F out. Wide-eyed, high heart rate, and the like. She was insisting that I call an ambulance and get her to the hospital. This was a classic whiteout as she had a relatively strong hit compared to her weight. I am 115 kilos and 2 hits for me. She's 65 kilos. I don't know how much that will be Will you 22 pounds? But this is some really good stuff. I said that she'd be okay. That wasn't anything major. She started shaking violently and couldn't muster the strength to sit up from the concrete, still insisting on the ambulance. My stone self was starting to panic and continued to insist on the ambulance as her panic levels increased. I eventually obliged, certain I was going to be hung, drawn, and quartered by her mother. The ambulance arrived not too long after my call. Lights on, the siren off. We asked me to do this in the phone. Legends. I thought all was good, but then her dog started to bark in her room. Her mother was sleeping. Damn it, Shadow. Damn you, Shadow. You got him in trouble. Yeah, you got him in trouble, Shadow. Shame on you. I went to try and shut the dog up. As I picked him up and petted him, our mother woke up and looked at me. I felt like my soul was being torn from my body. I smiled and said I was calming the dog down. And she just closed her eyes and went back to sleep. Phew. I went out the back and the paramedics walked through the back gate laughing. I explained what happened and they said it was okay and that she would be okay. I was relieved but still terrified that her mother would wake up to see her only daughter being prodded and examined by paramedics. Guess what? She did. I awkwardly said, "Hi," and she asked what was going on. My heart nearly exploded. My girlfriend and I looked at each other, then to the paramedics. We had no idea what they would say. Then the paramedic, Sarah, I will never forget that name, said, "Just a low blood sugar, had a bit of a fainting spell, nothing to worry about really." I nearly hugged her. I was so relieved. Sarah, before I finish, you are the MVP. Whoops to you, Sarah. See here, I lost my train. Nothing to worry about really. I know you hugged her. I was so relieved. After they left, we all went inside, talked about what happened, and slept. I changed for you guys. However, my girlfriend, who I am still with 1 year and counting, can never look, smell, or smoke weed again. Even thinking about it makes her anxious. I had PTSD like flashbacks for 4 days after the incident. Probably won't smoke again. TLDR, smoked a bong with my bong virgin girlfriend of 4 months in her anti-drug household. She chucked a whitey, thought she was dead. Paramedics saved our hides, telling her mother it was low blood sugar. A wholesome ending, I guess. Edit 1, edits, better TLDR and CPR on the English, no, whatever else. Edit 2 G's, I go to sleep and wake up with gold. Thank you, kind stranger. Well, you got the gold. Edit 3, guy, I know a pot can't kill, calm down. Ha, for real. Sarah the paramedic is a real MVP in this thread. Boom, boom, boom. Like I said it, she's a real MVP. Alright, now let's go back a little bit. Back to the main, whatchamacallit, give me snippets, and I got... Wait, what? Today I effed up by slapping my cat in the ass. Why would you slap your cat in the ass? That's my main question. I hope it wasn't a little... No, I hope this is not where I think it's going. So this event still haunts my dreams, like most TIFUs. TIFU, please be like I should be freaking on time. Don't do 4 years ago. This happened 4 years ago. Let it happen like a day. I would say at most a week, but alright, please. Okay, any matter. So this event still haunts my dreams, like most things would have happened about 4 years ago. I just got home from work at about 11:30 p.m. My family was nicely snuggled in their beds. dreaming of sugar plums and other nice shit. As most people do, I had a routine. Shoes and socks would come right off. I would walk into the kitchen and prepare some midnight snack. In wait, I often smoke and prepare a drink and head to the computer or TV. Was it a DDO? Was it a Dota night? Not quite. Kind of funny how so far 2 of these are talking about smoking. Or like a reference to. Tonight was one of those fateful nights that scar your soul in a way you thought that was not possible. And I only say this because I highly doubt a large portion of the population has ever had to go through the kind of humiliation and mental distress I had to go through. I sat down to watch whatever popular TV show was on at the time. Perhaps I was watching Babylon 5 or Game of Thrones. I know Breaking Bad was at its peak popularity. Who knows? I sure don't. I sat down on a couch with my Trader Joe's mac and cheese. Both of us slightly toasted. Oh, you were toasted. I never forget this mac and cheese. So tasty, so creamy and gooey. After I finished my first, I went to the freezer and popped the second in the microwave. Rinse and repeat again. How wonderfully gluttonous that night was. Ha ha ha. Hooray, huzzah to gluttonous. To the F up. Fuck up. My cat jumped on the arm of the couch. I slapped his ass. Why was I fucking thing? I slapped his ass to get him off because he scratched his head up. As I slapped him, I said, "Get off, cat." No, your cat needs a name. I'll call him Mr. Puffin Bottom. I said, "Get off, Mr. Puffin Bottom." He sprayed. Okay. Oh, I'm hollering. He sprayed me in my mouth. I projectile vomit all over my couch, table, carpet, and me. It is really hard to describe what that taste was like. I know the easy comparison of piss. I want to start crying, yo. Now, I think we can make that comparison because in our minds, we all have a good grasp on what piss would taste like because of the smell. I know there is a small portion of the population that accurately can describe what piss tastes like as Bear Grylls because in fact they ended up tasting it. I know what you think this spray is, but it wasn't piss. Something I can always taste in my mind. Oh man. Oh dude, this one got spray in the mouth. Oh man. This is actually the funniest thing I've seen all night. Oh man. Okay, okay, oh my god, your TLDR red pussy squirted in mouth or your hair like literally full of people. Oh man. I got a headache. Oh, I need some water. Got some water in the fuse bottle. You know how you do it when you don't, when you're not the type of person that wants to freaking wire a fresh bottle every time. Holy shit, yeah, that's kind of funny. Oh man. Today I fucked up by accidentally letting my innocent non-smoking girlfriend make mashed potatoes in a pan I had previously. She was high as fuck. Oh my god, she was high as shit. Oh my gosh. Oh no. Okay, I wanted to say this right now. As a person that drinks, I don't smoke it. As a person that drinks on every blue moon, I kind of learned that it, you know, like how your body metabolizes things rather differently depending on your weight. So I'm gonna say it. It's like it also depends on how much you had in your body before. So let's say, for example, I don't like. Let's say I was alcoholic. You know, it would take me forever in a month to freaking pass out because my body is so used to having so much in me, so much alcohol. But let's say, like right now, I can't drink a freaking 6-pack of. I probably can. I had to be pissing all day. It didn't even matter. When it comes to like, I'm not trying to skip over that quickly. But in the case of like THC, it's kind of the same way where it takes a bit to metabolize. Now look at this. And I'm not even reading a story. I'm like literally off topic already. But like I'm a teacher or something. But in any matter, like it takes your body a certain amount of time to metabolize the THC. So look at the freaking lady. I mean, she never smoked, and she cooked it with the pot that had the hash oil. She was lit. She was on fire. So let's see what the hell on this one, and I got one more and I'm out of here. Of course, this didn't happen today. It was a few years and a couple of girlfriends ago. Whoa, Jesus, loving Christ. A few years and a couple girlfriends ago. Well, God darn. Well, at least you sort of kind of got that, you know, in your head. It doesn't even matter. I used to make hash oil at home via a fairly dangerous and outdated process called open blasting, which basically uses butane as a solvent to strip the psychoactive trichomes from a glass tube filled with herb and a Pyrex pan to catch the resulting material. You would then allow most of the liquid butane to evaporate in a hot water bath, and then purge the remaining butane with a torch. This will leave you with an extremely potent and unbelievably sticky product that will harden at room temperature if purged correctly. The Pyrex pan I was using at the time was a normal 9-inch square pan, so no matter what I did there, it was always some left over in the corners from batch to batch. This was before the vacuum oven era, and before people started blasting. This was before the vacuum oven era, and before people started blasting directly onto silicone or parchment paper. It was a dark time for hash oil making. This is like, I'm like a virgin in this too. I remember this run in particular was made from an extraordinary strong batch of Tahoe OG, which a buddy of mine had grown. At the time, I had a huge tolerance, and I was down for the count with even just a small amount of this. I say this because it was important to put into perspective just how strong this batch was. It is also worth mentioning that my girlfriend at the time had never used a drug in her life and was curious about pot, but was unable to smoke it because she was a teacher and was randomly drug tested. One night she was over at my house making dinner, and she had made a batch of mashed potatoes, which she was going to top with bacon and cheese and bake in the oven long enough to melt the cheese. Anyone who was familiar with the concept of decarboxylation of cannabis knows where this is going. She had it in the oven at just the right temperature and for just long enough to convert the THCA to THCV, which is much more bioavailable and much more potent in terms of its effect. It also melted the hash oil enough to incorporate it into the mashed potato. Woo! I wonder how that tastes. Any idea? I don't know. But again, probably wouldn't taste the oil. Whatever. I was playing a video game or something and was not paying attention, or didn't even notice that she had reached to the wrong cabinet and grabbed my hash oil pan to make the mashed potatoes. In fact, I was so enthralled in what I was doing that I didn't even eat until about 45 minutes or an hour after she had already had a plate of food. Right about the time that I was getting ready to stand up and go make a plate for myself, I looked over and noticed that my girlfriend's eyes were extremely bloodshot. She was acting very odd, stumbling over words despite normally being very eloquent, giggling about things that really weren't all that funny on the documentary that she was watching. Etc. I wasn't sure what to make of it until I had a sudden realization, walked over to the stove and made the discovery that she used the wrong pan. At that point, even my girlfriend was realizing that things were not the way they were supposed to be and started to get a little freaked out. I told her what she had done in between fits of laughter and explained that she would be in for a really good night's sleep that evening, but otherwise we would have to fight another day. She got pretty paranoid and started having an anxiety attack about the possibility of being drug tested, not to mention the extremely foreign and jarring experience of eating super strong hash food, having never even smoked a joint before. Thankfully, I was able to talk her down and told her it was very unlikely that a mouth swab test would catch anything. So, yeah, mouth swab test like this for what? Like, I think 3 days? I can't remember exactly. And plus, she never did it before, so it's like she's so I set her up with something funny to watch and hung out with her until she passed out fairly shortly thereafter. You're the MVP in that note. TLDR, made hash oil in the Pyrex pan, then cleaned off thoroughly after using it, and inadvertently placed it with my normal pots and pans. Girlfriend used it to make a dish of mashed potatoes, resulting in her getting higher than giraffe's pussy on Mars. Damn! I don't talk to her very often anymore, but every time I do, I make sure to bring up her infamous hash potatoes. Now, I obviously heard of the higher than giraffe pussy thanks to Stone Cold Steve Austin on his podcast. But higher than giraffe pussy on Mars. Damn, that's like, damn. So let's go back one more, final one. Oh yeah, fuck up of the week. Current winner, You Coconut Throwaway 69. This is fuck up the week. Oh my gosh. Okay, not that bad. So this is. Oh no, were you high? No. Why would you shag a coconut? No. Why would you shag a coconut? Why are you shagging coconuts? You have a hand. Shag with your hand. Not like, no. Okay. Today I effed up by wagon-lading into a coconut. Edit, I got an AMA thread, now help me. This TIFU didn't happen today, but quite a few years back. This came 11 days ago since I recorded this. For obvious reasons, I'm using throwaway accounts. My family knows my main Reddit username. Anyway, around 8 years back, I lived in northern Mozambique, a coastal southern African country with quite a warm climate. My mother at the time was going through a health nut phase and only buying food she deemed healthy enough. One of these were coconuts. She would buy several coconuts a week to use in food from the local market. Also could be good for the milk too. Anyway, being a horny teenager, I fasted in regular intervals. Unfortunately, there were some severely stressful examinations coming up for me, and such my fasting reached a higher peak than usual, and I was feeling pretty sexually frustrated. One day, I hear that my mother is going to be out for pretty much the entire afternoon. Horny me decides it would be a fantastic idea to fuck a coconut. Honestly, to this day, I cannot fathom why I thought that would be such a good idea, but my train of thought back then was clearly somewhat flawed. I ended up grabbing a coconut drill, and through 20-ish minutes of concerted effort, end up creating a hole large enough for me to stick my porker into. I decided it required some lube and grab the nearest slippery thing before it no, this dude done fucked the coconut. Oh no. Oh man, no. I had a feeling he had some rashes. I felt the coconut actually feel pretty damn good, so I boiled my and shut the coconut under my bed. No, we put it under his bed. No, it's been harvesting the liquid. No. But wait, for the next week, the coconut is my savior. Whenever I want to get off, I simply take it out and F it, and it's delightfully tight, making it better each time by accumulating volume of my blood. Oh my gosh, this is like, oh my gosh. My blanket like in butter, acting as it's heaven. Now before I continue, I best mention that the time our area was experiencing quite humid, muggy weather, which exacerbated an already existing fly problem. Disgustingly fat, bloated flies were commonly found around our house, and exterminators couldn't really do anything because it was a localized area problem that would go away in the winter. About a week and a bit after the initial coconut, God, this is like one of the most fucked up things I've read so far. Like I had been using it pretty much every day since then. I began to notice a few more flies than usual, as well as an odd, unpleasant smell about my room of the coconut, right? What in the? I decide I'll fuck it once more before I throw it out and get a new one. Worst mistake I ever made. You see, the reason for the increased number of flies was that the coconut was evidently, in hindsight, a nearly perfect place to lay eggs. As I penetrate the coconut one last time, I begin to feel a strange, wriggling sensation. Because I pull my blanket out and discover it's covered in Oh, I'm not. No. Oh, my eyes. No. Okay, I gotta stop. Why? Oh my gosh, this is like terrible. I screamed to the coconut. Okay. Oh my gosh. All of this, no. All of this, no. All of this, no. I screamed and I can't even. This part right here. Oh my gosh. I'm not reading that. No. I screamed and threw the coconut against the wall, which made the situation worse by spilling the contents. Hours of vigorous blanket scrubbing, vomiting, and cleaning. The remnants were spent reflecting on what the fuck I was doing with my life. Never again. TLDR 1, don't fuck coconuts. Edit. Jesus is exploded. I'm glad my magnetic experience made some people laugh. I sure cry every time I think about it. Yeah, because you almost had maggots go up your... Edit to rest in peace inbox. Edit 3. Thanks for the goal. It's easy my shame a little. I'm thinking of doing an AMA for you more curious individuals. It's quite uncomfortable to discuss as the visceral memories come back. Ugh. Edit 4. My shame has never been this large. 47.1 thousand upvotes. My story of coconut blankety blanket is now permanently etched into Reddit's history. Lord save me and us all. This is great. Now I gotta put a freaking NSFW thing on the video. Thanks a lot, bullshit. Coconut throwaway 69. Your name, just throw it away. Let's give away. I can't believe it's not butter because it's fucking magnets and no com. On that note, I'm out of here. I can't do anymore. This is disgusting. My stomach hurts. My head hurts. I'm freaking near crying right now. So, I will see you guys next time. Next video, it's not going to be this. We're not doing TIFUs. We're going straight to Not the Onion. I will see you guys later. Peace. The loving out. I'm a mighty legacy.